It would be better for Pelosi to be in Washington negotiating border security. Pelosi's office says the purpose of the trip was to express appreciation and thanks to men and women in uniform.
So, you mess with the bull, you're gonna get the horns eventually. Trump handled himself like a boss, like a gangster. Trump don't mess around. And when you mess around with Trump, you're gonna get his foot up your ass. I don't know if you heard, but Trump, I read two different articles, both articles very slightly. One article said the plane was already on the tarmac, an Air Force C-140 or something to that effect, cargo plane or whatever, was already on the tarmac ready to take off for Nancy Pelosi and some other Democrats' public relation trip to several countries, Brussels, Afghanistan. There's about 4 or 5 countries. Public relations. One article said the plane was on the tarmac when they got the notification they could not take off. There was another article saying that they were all on a bus outside the White House when they got notification that they could not leave. I'm curious because I'm sure Nancy Pelosi was embarrassed and had to save face. So what do you do when you save face? You turn it around, you spin it around, make Trump look like the bad guy. You just canceled our trip to see our soldiers fighting overseas for us. I wonder if you go back in history, maybe the last 10 years, 5 years, how many times has Nancy Pelosi gone to visit our troops? I mean, you just heard it on the news just now. Her excuse was, no, this was to go see the soldiers. Man, you're a bad president. You won't let us go see our soldiers that are protecting us? That's what it is. Trump handled himself like a boss. I mean, she tried to shut down his, yesterday, he tried to shut down his State of the Union address, citing security reasons. You can't come into the House of Representatives because we have no way of protecting you. Government facility, the people's facility. We have no way of protecting you. Yet she can board an Air Force jetliner and go on a hiatus trip. That's really what it is. To several countries, party it up. I'm wondering what the cost of that is. She's citing Trump. There's no funding for Trump's security. But I'm wondering what the cost of that jetliner was, the Air Force jetliner. And perhaps somebody can answer this question because I honestly don't know. An Air Force jetliner filled with a bunch of Democrat folks, does that require Air Force fighter jet escorts? I don't know. I really don't know. So you can add on that cost if it does require it. The security once they get down on the ground, land and whatnot. It is just so funny how she is out of her league. She really is. She's out of her league. Then Nancy Pelosi, trying to save face, like I said before, says, "Oh, we were going to see the troops that are defending our country." Trump, like the boss, man, like the gangster. He's like, if your trip's so important, go commercial. You want to bet they did not go commercial? I don't want to be presumptuous, but I'm willing to bet, because I haven't seen the aftermath of this, whether they gone commercial or not, but I'm willing to bet commercial's just not good enough for Nancy. I'm willing to bet it. that the trip really wasn't that important, that essential for her to take commercial. Yeah, she wouldn't want to sit next to common folk. Can you imagine that if she did go commercial? It would be funny. You know how they always board first class first? Because obviously they would have to have first class. And then the other, you know, us common folk get on the plane next. You know, now boarding rows, sections A through F, you know, and as I'm walking past first class, I'm always looking down at some of the people, you know, because I would one day like to sit in first class. But if I saw Nancy Pelosi, I probably would say something as I'm walking by. Wouldn't want to get my ass thrown in jail, but I would sneer at her or snicker at her. I can just imagine the waitress going by. Yes, Miss Pelosi, would you like another cookie? She look at them. F that, I want my caviar. Walls are so immoral. I think she needs to find a plane that has no walls. just a raw structure, you know, just some cross beams and some seats bolted down to the cross beams and whatnot, some engines right there. Hell with the walls, you don't need them, not even on a jetliner. You hag.